And now to the elementary school shooting in Texas. President Joe Biden says he will continue to push for gun control legislation one day after meeting with the families of the victims of last week's shooting at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. The Department of Justice says it will now conduct a review of the police response to the tragedy. CBS 4's Danya Bacchus has the latest.
Visitation is underway for 10-year-old Marie Jo Garza, one of the young victims of the Uvalde, Texas. Her funeral service is scheduled for tomorrow.
Pain is palpable, and I think a lot of it's unnecessary.
President Biden returned to the White House Monday, a day after he and the First Lady visited the heartbroken community. The two laid flowers at the memorial outside Robb Elementary School and met privately with the victims' families. The president pledged to take action on gun violence.
I think things have gotten so bad that everybody's getting more rational about it. At least that's my hope and prayer.
Any time of day or night, you can find people visiting this memorial in the town square. While the residents of Uvalde continue to grieve, they are also demanding answers.
Families were fighting to get in. Wow. They were, the shooter had an hour, almost an hour, 40 minutes, and, you know, people were fighting, and there's a lot of questions right now.
Parents want to know why law enforcement officers, including a federal tactical team, waited outside the classroom for more than 40 minutes, even as children inside repeatedly called 911.
Obvious that there were some errors made.
The Department of Justice says it will conduct a review of the police response. The DOJ says its goal is to identify lessons learned and best practices to help first responders prepare for active shooters. It will release the findings to the public. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Uvalde, Texas.
And the DOJ review is being conducted by the Office of Community-Oriented Policing, known as COPS. It's not a criminal investigation. The organization, formed in the days after the shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, is planning another March for Our Lives on Washington next month. Jacqueline Corrin, a Parkland shooting survivor, appeared Sunday on Face the Nation and told moderator Margaret Brennan what she hopes the protests will accomplish.
Well, the ask is that our elected officials in our U.S. Congress actually do something. I mean, over 150 gun laws around the country have been passed on a state level since 2018, the first March for Our Lives after the shooting at my high school in Parkland. You know, everything from raising the age to buy a firearm from 18 to 21 in Florida, extreme risk protection orders in Virginia, the prohibition of firearms at polling sites in Colorado. But the reality is that those state laws is not enough. It wasn't enough to prevent the mass shooting in Buffalo 2 weeks ago or the mass shooting in Uvalde a couple days ago. So we're getting back out there and calling on our U.S. Congress to actually care this time around because children are dying.
The march is scheduled in Washington and cities across the country for June 11th. There's a march scheduled for Pines Trail Park near MSD on that same day.